Hey, y'all.
We are back in action.
Hey.
I was thinking upstairs though.
What?
No more Miss Tuesdays might have to be retired.
We can't say that no more.
I don't think we can say that no more because
Yeah.
things come up, things happen where a Tuesday has to be missed.
Yeah.
But we are back today, cultivating conversation with DP Squared. And I mean all of the DMV, all of the US, all of the world, the best podcast. So today, it's been a while.
Yes.
It's been 2 weeks. I actually on the dot, 2 weeks on the dot. 2 weeks from last Tuesday, it's been like 14 days.
Yeah.
So we want to know, how has Deja been? That's what the people want to know.
How have I been? Oh my God.
2 weeks.
I mean, I've been cool, I guess.
Girl?
No real updates. Like I've been
updates?
just chilling, staying low,
living life.
Yeah. What was that meme that Kai was like? I'm just living life. Do you remember that?
Who said that?
Kylie Jenner.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, whatever.
But
How you feeling?
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely do feel like a little like rigid. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but I feel a little just life is not complicated, but a lot of things are rising at once.
Yeah.
But I definitely do feel more on the positive side than on any negative side. So
that's good.
That's definitely a fact.
That's good. Well, I feel like we just need to get right into the topic because a lot has happened in 2 weeks. A lot has happened.
Yeah, it's like when we want to leave, everything want to happen.
I know. I wore this shirt today because, for those who don't know, this is the notorious, what's it? RBG. Anyways, she was on the Supreme Court, but she passed away a couple years ago. But I wish she was here right now because there's too much going on in the United States. Like I'm not here for it.
2 weeks have been hectic.
Yes, it has.
Very hectic.
So I think we just need to get right into it and just talk about what's been going on in the news and politics and life because
Have you been paying attention to the politics?
I have a little bit. I have. Yeah.
Oh, you say you live? Oh, you live from Deja?
Oh yeah. I am on the wrong page. Thanks for letting us know. My gosh. Okay, we out. Sorry, y'all. So on Facebook, we was going live on the wrong page. Okay, we can't have that.
Yeah, that's just a 2-week intermission. Nothing to it.
So, anyways, I guess I have to start all over.
I mean, not necessarily.
At least on this one.
I mean, not necessarily though. We'd be like, we can say we was live.
Thanks for letting us know. Okay, y'all. I was definitely live on the wrong page, on my personal page. That's why you can't lead this up to me. Okay, I'm not the tech savvy one out of the two.
It's a 2-week break. It's a
2-week break. It's a lot going on. But like I was saying, a lot has happened in 2 weeks.
That's true.
Okay, so let's just hop into it because now time is running out.
Time is running out. How's everybody doing now? Now I see my people. There they go.
I'm crying, y'all. I was on the wrong page. Okay, I've been said that like 5 times. Okay, a lot has happened in 2 weeks. Let's get into it.
Yes.
First things first. When was this? On July 13th. I know everybody probably know by now, but
everybody
July 13th, there was a Trump assassination attempt.
That's crazy.
Which is insane. I didn't think we would ever see an assassination attempt in our
lifetime.
I
mean, that's not true though.
I wouldn't. I personally didn't think I would. I didn't, because you always see that
like a U.S. president.
Yeah. Sorry, a U.S. president.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Street Profit, don't start.
Oh gosh.
Don't start.
We're trying to be controversial.
We're gonna get to her in a second.
Facts.
But so at his campaign rally, a guy, he was 20 years old.
Yeah. Thomas Crooks.
He attempted to assassinate former President Trump, and it got hit in the ear. But we know that he got killed by the snipers.
Yeah, they said 15 seconds later.
Yeah, so I wanted to say, what does this attempt say about the overall gun laws in America? Like, what do you think?
So you think that it brings up
that's what I thought about.
A bigger question about gun laws.
But before we get to that, do you have anything to say about the actual attempt?
Well, okay. I have stuff about the gun laws and things about that. It was said that he had 25 firearms and that his dad purchased the rifle that he used to attempt to kill Trump.
Yeah.
So I think it does bring a bigger question about gun laws in the U.S. And I wanted to also bring a question like connected with that is, do you think that this is another case of, a lone person, or do you think that this is gun law related.
But to me, it's okay. This, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Oh, and then Cole said, and now it's being said he was never hit by a bullet. I was thinking that too, because I don't. Yeah, I was wondering that too, like if it was even an actual bullet. But I mean, maybe it ricocheted though, because I think the guy who attempted to assassinate him did have a rifle weapon. Yeah. But I mean, to me, it's like how many times are we gonna just say this was a lone person, you know? Because I definitely think, of course, if a person is of age or whatever, they I guess they could purchase very much so purchase the gun. But I think because it's so like out of control, you just really don't know who should have one and who shouldn't. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's like, why should one person ever have that many like
firearms?
Yeah.
So you think it brings up the question just about gun laws in general? Because a lot of people are saying that it's the person who carries the gun, not the gun itself.
Not the actual.
But I do believe that reform helps cause less incidents. So if there's more reform, I mean, statistically, I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know if that's completely true. Yeah, but I feel like in my life, when I see reform in school or my personal life, it definitely contains you from stopping to do something or wanting to do something.
Yeah, I agree.
If you don't even have access to it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I'm not saying that crime will go down, but I definitely feel like that would be a point to look at.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask you though, and the people, you know, shout out my people.
Yes.
If Trump was killed that day, what do you think would have happened? Because people, as far as say a civil war would have broke out, then people as far as say that justice was served. And these are not my opinions. I'm just asking.
Yeah. Was okay. I definitely think that worse would have happened than good that people think. Like people think that you can just end the person who I guess is at the top of stuff, but there's people in this world that believe the same thing that he believes. So I don't think anything would have really necessarily stopped if he that day would have actually like been killed. That's my opinion. So I definitely think that it wouldn't have really solved what people really thought it was going to solve. Because then if he would have got assassinated, everyone knows that his runner, like the person he's running with, is horrible too. So like if he ended up getting killed and then let's just say they had to, the next person stepped in, like who's to say it would have been any better? That's my opinion. Okay. Street Property TV said, I had to throw y'all for a loop, but what do y'all think the people who planned the assassination told him? Like, no way he thought they were letting him live after that.
Oh, talking about like the shooter.
Yeah. What do y'all think the people who planned the assassination told him? I guess I don't understand.
I guess what I think he's trying to say is like the guy who attempted to kill him, like
what he thought was going to happen
right after. I guess he knew that he was going to die.
Yeah, he had to have known.
I guess he had just did it just to see. Like, I don't think they like have any like manifesto on him or anything, but they like went through his search history. And he had searched of like different assassinations attempts of different leaders. In different ways. He searched like JFK and then like someone overseas. So I guess he knew the result of this. Most people that attempt assassinations die or go to jail for life. So
it's like, exactly.
He knew one way or another. What was going to happen.
I agree. And Brandon said it would have been a way worse January 6th. Yeah. Plus, they would have made him a martyr more than he already is. And that's the last thing we need. Yeah. Like, people would have looked at Trump as like this savior guy. Like, oh my God, he died for our blah, blah, blah.
People are still kind of doing that.
Yeah. And this actually kind of leads me into the next one because I don't know if people knew, but the former Secret Service, Director of Secret Service, her name, Kimberly Cheadle or something like that. She stepped down because they said that it was a miss. Like they are responsible for the fact that there was an assassination attempt because I read that like they were relying on like the local bandwidth Wi-Fi to help use the drones in the area to be able to like surveillance and stuff, but that like didn't work. Like they said something like they lost connection or something, so they weren't able to like surveil oversee the area. They said like had said something else. There was a lot of mistakes on the Secret Service's security part on their end, so she ended up stepping down and someone took her place.
I think any case of that false, like when it could have been prevented and it was not. No matter your opinions on any candidate. She had to step down no matter what. Like
it's not fake, but definitely. Oh, he was working for somebody 100%. The Secret Service ignored him in plain sight. I was wondering that too. I'm like, how? And I know it happens, but like, how did he get, like, how did they miss this? Like, how did they miss him? And
yeah,
he said definitely was stage or plan. I kind of agree with that in a way. Like, that might be
Like,
the tinfoil hats talking, but I definitely think there's just no way. The way they surveil stuff so much,
so tightly,
and it's weird. It's definitely weird.
For him to be right there, like, but it's not like he was yards and yards and miles away. The dude was the next building over,
right? Like, and then
it's just I don't know.
So we have some people say they wouldn't have stepped down now.
I think they have to step down. The pressure, the media pressure, the social pressure is like, it's no way that she doesn't feel the urge to step down when she know that he could have a presidential candidate could have died on her behalf, even though it's not necessarily her. They're surveilling the area. She's in charge of the communication aspect. So it's like, and it's going to get blamed on the person at the top, just like you said. Like, there's people that follow many candidates, but the candidate is going to be the one that is the face of everything. So
for sure, no, that's true. Okay, I think I know what he's trying to say, because he's saying there ain't so. Someone said, and then what he said right before it happened. Okay, I don't know what he said right before it happened. So I guess what Street Pop TV is trying to say is that, like, so you're saying that you think it was staged in the fact that he was never going to kill the president. Oh, is that what you're trying to say? Like, they staged the act? Because I guess he's saying there's no way that they missed him in plain sight. Okay, maybe that's what you're saying. I'm curious to know which one, but that's interesting too.
So they wanted to make
he wanted to know who's behind it. Yeah, make it like a theatrical thing. Right. It was weird the way he even popped up to him.
Like, so like, that's such a crazy thing to say.
I know.
Like, you can't put past anything, but it's just like, I'd rather just look at it for what it is than try to make up,
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. If y'all do a lot of research on the government, you're gonna know a lot of shady things have happened in the past. Like, I don't put much past them. But
he said, as he wasn't acting alone, like in the situation.
I see what you're saying.
It was coerced.
Yeah, in a way. Interesting. I would have stepped down too if I was her, because the amount of pressure she probably she got at the time.
And then did you see that the guy who stepped up, who's in taking her place for right now, he was getting grilled by the officials.
Yeah,
so it was like he was getting, like, they were telling him to make fire right there. Then and there he was telling them, no, we got to investigate first. And it was just a lot going on. So
that's a lot.
Yeah, she did the J. Cole and said, I'm gonna get out early.
I'm choosing peace.
I'm choosing peace early.
Man. Okay. Yeah. So something that happens in this past 2 weeks too is July 21st. President Biden drops out of the race for the presidential election. Right. And endorses Kamala Harris.
Right. And
okay.
Can we talk about Biden stepping down for a little bit?
Go ahead.
I do think that he did put the best interest of the country first.
Okay.
And I feel like in a long time, a candidate has not done that in a while.
He put his pride to the side.
He put his pride to the side. He did what was necessary for the country. And he stepped down knowing that he wasn't capable. And there's other people that could do it better than him.
Yeah.
And it's like, even through all the like ridicule, disrespect that he took, he still put his pride to the side, like you said, and voluntarily, resigned from the position, which I thought was very
like admirable.
Yeah, admirable. Yeah. Like, even if you're on any side of the candidacy, it's like, knowing that someone did that, I respect that.
No, I totally agree. And I think that after the debate performance, I think that really solidified to a lot of people, like, whether what you think about it or not, I think people just weren't that happy with the way. Right. I mean, of course, both of them performed. We're just talking about Biden right now specifically. So I think he did do what was best for the betterment of the Democratic Party, like, for them to actually have a chance. But do you think? No, this is my first question. Do you have any guesses of who you think Kamala Harris is going to choose as her
vice president?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that we know the whole list of people, but do you what do you think she has to do type of thing?
I wanted to ask you though, because we talked about this before.
Okay.
And especially now, which I just read on Time Magazine, they said that voters who were hesitant to vote for Biden are now voting for Kamala through campaign data. And you know how we talked about, people are saying, does Trump have a clean, straight way to win? And you told me you don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. And that was when it first happened.
Yeah, that's when you told me when Biden first stepped down.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I said. I definitely think that she has a fighting chance, which we'll get into a little bit when we talk about the next point. But I just think that I think she has to choose very wisely on who she chooses as her vice president. And I don't know all the options, but I think that's going to be critical into, let me see something. Shout out to Sleepy Joe for giving us a chance. Facts. Project 2025 is against everything minority. That is facts, which is, and I don't know the whole details, but the Project 2025 is like Trump's main mission for campaign. And it's a lot of stuff that just takes away from, like, I think giving immunity to like the police. It's a lot of stuff that is just not for the people. Streets are saying Westmore, the governor of Maryland. I've heard that too, but I don't think they're going to take a black woman president and a black man as a vice president. Like that just would be a lot. I mean, it's a great choice. I've heard that too. Yeah. I think it would be a big move if she selected someone from the LGBTQ community. Yeah, because I know Pete Buttigieg is a gay white man. I think he's white. I think he's white, but he's gay. He's openly gay, and a lot of people say he would be a good candidate as well. I just think those are great options, I think, on paper, but I feel like she's going to play chess with it, meaning she might choose a safer option. Probably. Like I've heard the governor of North Carolina, I saw that. Something like that, but a lot of people weren't going to vote or stepping now. True. It's not even him. It's Brandon said we have a minimum wage limit for being able to run, and there should be a retirement age for public office. Definitely. I agree. We're gonna get into that. When the Supreme Court come up. I agree. Because everybody is old heads. Like, I know there are, like, but it's so rare. Younger people that could be in, like councils and state, and but majority of the big, they're old. Like this lady who was on my show, I think she died. She was old as they're old because so we're gonna get into that. But Supreme Court, when they get appointed, that's lifetime. Yeah, they can. Which is crazy. Be there for life. We're gonna get to that, but I wanted to. That was important. Kamala raised $200 million in 1 week, and she got 360,000 volunteers in a week. So I think people are happy to see a new face, though. I think so too, and I think they registered like hundreds of thousands of people to vote too within her campaign. What? You guys understand? No, go ahead. Have y'all been seeing her ads on YouTube? No, are they bad? No. I'm just saying, like, right when it was time for her to step, I just ads on my computer, like donate now and stuff. Yeah, they spamming you with the ads. Yeah, I was like, dang, that was fast. I wonder, did anybody else see them ads maybe on like Facebook or like, I don't know. I did see her ad on Instagram, like with her the Beyonce song in the background. I did hear that, but I don't. Yeah, I've been seeing her face everywhere. Oh my gosh. Brandon said her best option would be a straight white male with 2.5 kids and a white picket fence. Fact. That's her husband though, low key. But do you think she has a good chance of winning? I gave my answer, but I think that see when we first spoke, right? Jeremiah said, what? And they texted me and all. That's what I'm saying. I seen all that, but at first, and I'm not going cap on here. I was like, it's no chance. That's how I felt because with the Hillary Clinton, I was talking to Deja. I know she had the emails and stuff, and they would call her a criminal. All that. Like her name got tarnished like towards the end, or whatever. But I was like, a black woman, and not even to be, prejudice or this. Like, but it's just the way that this country has been molded. I just didn't see. I didn't think that would happen. I thought the people that would give Biden would just flip the other side just because she's a woman and because she is black. But now I see that the immense support of her. And some people are supporting just because they don't like Trump. Yeah. But it's a lot of just support for her too, though. I agree. And I just think that even though she has the support, I just think that has to move like a freaking, like, what's it called? What? Like Thanos or something, because the other side. Like a freight train? I'm just saying, because the other side will come with heat. Like it's going to be a close race, though. It's going to be so close. It's not like she going to really have to work. Stephanie says a different time. Yeah, she has a chance. True. I agree. I've said that from when it first happened. I think she got a chance, but we'll see. That debate, if they got to do another debate? If they do that, they're going to be it's going to be something, because I definitely think the new face brings a whole perspective to that. And people are definitely going to be more tuned in. Yeah, they will. Because like we don't get to it later, but only 98 days, so it's crunch time. It's crunch time. Okay, crunch time. Next thing. I don't know if a lot of people know about this because Biden called for a Supreme Court reform, which is very extreme. Okay. Nicole said she's going to eat him alive in the debate. Facts.
Yeah, I think so.
And Stephanie said a fundraiser was held for Kamala by white dudes for Harris. Oh wow, $4 million. Yeah, so you can tell that she's getting support from all kinds of people. It's not just black people, which is good because she needs that. We only make like 13%, I think, of the United States or something. Like it's majority white people. So anyway, but all right. So these are some of the things that Biden proposed because I think this actually happened on yesterday. Right, he basically has this long mission that he wants to propose that has a lot of extreme things that go against what the Supreme Court want to do. So for some background in plain terms, there's a lot of conservative people that are controlling the Supreme Court right now. Because before, when Trump was in office, he put a lot of people in office that kind of agree with the things he agrees with.
That was smart.
Yeah, because these people can stay for life.
Right.
So, what do you say? Bro, all of them text, yeah, I'm gonna vote for you. So one of the things that I thought was interesting is that he proposes that presidents shouldn't get full immunity,
which was crazy.
Yeah, because Trump basically got away with all his crimes that he committed because he was president at the time, which is crazy. So he's saying that shouldn't be the case. Like nobody should be above the law.
And I totally agree. What happened to we the people? I thought we was all one, but people are using the Supreme Court to enforce laws that don't separate the powers. That's what Biden was talking about in the whole speech. He was saying that there's separation of power for a reason, and that if we are not withholding that, then anyone can be above the law. Then clearly, because the Supreme Court is, and the whole judicial system, executive, legislative is there to enforce laws and then hold other powers accountable. Like to handle their part. So if there's one that's overruling everything, then it becomes unlawful.
I agree. And I think he's trying to restore, like, the whole purpose of the courts and this and all this was like checks and balances, meaning we got to balance each other out. Like it shouldn't be one person who's able to control, like you said, control. And that's how it's starting to feel. Like there's no accountability. There's nobody got to be checked. Nobody got to report to nobody. It's like people could just do what they want. And if you in a certain position, and that's just not fair.
And that's the only spot that's not elected by the people. The Supreme Court, they're appointed for a lifetime. Which is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because that's another thing he proposed
that they should be elected, and they should have
like you shouldn't be able to stay there for life.
For life, life is crazy.
Crazy.
It's definitely a huge. That was a great move on Trump's part. But the problem I have with it is we look like how we're speaking right now. And how everyone that's a chess move. Like, shouldn't we be thinking about the people and people's human rights?
A chess move as far as because the election is coming up.
No, I'm saying that as in a bad way. Like, why is everything a chess move or trying to put people in position to help your cause? Shouldn't we be trying to help the United States? Like, isn't that I'm saying that isn't that the whole point? Why are we so concerned about strategy and how one party can be more important than the other, or enact laws that help them, or or whatever. It's like, why is it not focused on us as people? And I always wonder why. Like,
I agree. I mean, I think that was. I honestly feel like these things were never put in place for the people. I think if you go all the way back, like, I don't think they ever in their mind was like, everything we do, we got to do for the people. We got to think about everybody first. Like, I don't. Then that's why I think. That's why everything feels the way it feels now, because we just happen to get lucky with certain people in office that care more about others, but it was never going to give for the people. I think politics is played like a game for sure. 100%. The word politics is used when you trying to be finessing a little bit. It gets political, but
that's definitely true.
Those are my thoughts. But.
And it's like nobody's held accountable. People are just doing whatever they want, taking people's human rights.
One quick thing too that I saw that he proposes, like, saying that if someone's in office in a certain position, you should be able to. You have to disclose certain financial ties. Like, let's just say if you're a judge, right? If I'm a judge and I'm on DeAndre's case, and I'm investing in a prison that is in my state or something, I'm going to be. It's going to be my job to get the more people in that prison because I'm making money off of it. You see what I'm trying to say? So you should have to disclose the things you
Right.
have ties to, because then it feels like a conflict of interest. If
True.
I have a jail and I'm a judge, I'm going to make sure everybody who come through my court is going to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing he mentioned. Like you should have to say what you have ties to and what your finances are going to, which I thought was
and it's definitely affecting a lot of people.
Yeah.
That have nothing to do with politics.
Yeah.
The things that they're enforcing are just taking people's human rights away.
Yeah. Okay.
So, it's crazy.
Next one.
All right. So we know that
child, this is a key.
It's been a war going on for 2 years out in Ukraine, Russia.
And people might be more than that now, honestly.
I think it started in 2022, I think, when they invaded Ukraine. No?
It might be, because that's where something that they've been giving to Ukraine since 2021. Well, okay. I could be wrong. Go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe they have, though, but, around that time. And they just gave them $1.7 billion aid package.
U.S. did.
U.S. U.S. to Ukraine. And, people are complaining because, inflation is rising, gas is rising, cost of living, housing, everything that you can think of.
The money is not money on it.
But the argument, for giving them that is because that if Russia takes over Ukraine, it can impact, the NATO allies that the U.S. has, and they can potentially take them, and get expanded more into Europe.
Yeah.
So it's like it's two tails of the coin.
Yeah.
Do you look at the overarching benefit of the world, giving them the aid now, trying to fight back Russia, or are we just worried about us?
It's so difficult, because I'm definitely a person that feels like y'all need to be focusing on people that's here. But I don't think people understand, like, even when you think back to World War I, World War II, if you didn't have allies, you were not winning.
True.
You were.
That's true.
So, like, the U.S. Italy had to have their back. Like, they had to have certain countries on their side to be able to win certain things. And I think that's why the Russia situation is so big, because they know if Russia becomes too powerful over the alliances, it'll be done for. So I really just don't know. I think that's just that's so much money, bro. Yeah. And I be feeling like, why can't nobody financially support themselves? Like, what is happening? We're drawing from debt too, so draw from your own debt. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
They just printing money, like.
But
why so much money?
Say everything is rising except salaries. Facts.
True. You know that. Mother say why so much money, so they giving munitions. It's like
they still getting money.
Ammunition, grenades, all that, air defense, artillery, anti-tank and ship missiles to help push back Russia. So it's like they say over 300,000 Russians have died, or like everyone in total.
Russians or
like both?
Oh, okay.
Have died. So it's like, of course you want a ceasefire and things to end, but it's just like if it's not gonna end, it's like, I guess why not help? But it's making our lives harder.
Yeah, because I think they said this is the 20th package they sent over there. That's the 20th financial assistance they've given them since it started.
But it's like, then you gotta look at it like they're dealing with deaths every day. Their homes and towns are being raided and missile. Exactly. So it's like we living in, compared to them, a lot better conditions.
We are, and that's the thing. It's like we are, but I think sometimes people don't realize how bad stuff is in the United States. Like, not to that degree, of course, not the bombing and stuff. Of course, that is a very serious thing. Like, we've never experienced that in our, right now. But the stuff that we're going through in this country right now is not good. It's not looking good. So I think sometimes we get jaded and don't realize, like, we're in some deep shit. So I'm just saying, but I don't know. I don't know.
That's a tough. But it's like, you can't. Because if Russia take over Europe, cooked. But
So okay, this is the last.
Yeah, this is the last thing.
Last thing, y'all. Last thing.
Thank y'all for all the interactions today. It's been a very interactive pod today.
It has.
But this is the last thing, and actually very important.
Yes. So
you want me to say? Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So Iowa, right? And I didn't notice until I did some research. Iowa has banned abortion after 6 weeks, but it's a lot of states that have no abortion at, like, you can't abort at all once the baby's conceived. And it's a lot of states that are doing 6 weeks as well. So what? Oh yes, and I want an exception of rape, incest, abnormalities, and if the mother's life is in danger. I want to preface that.
Right.
But what do you think about the banning of abortions going around?
That's absolutely ridiculous.
As a young lady,
that's horrible. Because to me, like they always say, that the act of abortion will not go away.
Yeah.
It just won't be done safely anymore. So to me, it's like, especially because when Roe v. Wade was in place, which was the major court decision to say that abortions could be done up to between 24 and 28 weeks, was overturned from the Supreme Court that Trump appointed. They got rid of that. They overturned it. But having that in place made it safe for people to at least try to do this. And now each state can do what they want. Yeah. So I just feel like it's not going to make things better. It's just going to make people not
feel comfortable,
do things in a safe, healthy manner.
True.
Like, because I don't think it's probably the teeniest percentage of people who are doing abortions in a
clinical sense.
No, I'm saying like, I think a lot of people, it's a tough decision for someone to want to do that.
Oh yeah.
So to me, it's like people make it seem that people are just so not caring about when they have to go through that type of situation.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But it's like they're trying to say, oh, this person's negligent. They're not but that's to me, that's just not the case. And so to take that away from people is honestly what's crazy is it's certain jobs that I haven't even applied for depending on where it is because of how crazy the laws are changing. Like I had applied somewhere in Florida and then like I didn't even go through with it because I'm like, I actually don't want to live there right now. So I say all that to say it's getting worse and worse to feel safe where you live at because of things like this. Yeah.
I was gonna say that it's definitely like discrimination for women and like reproductive rights. And it's like, how can you tell someone what to do, you know, like for themselves? Like, you know, and pregnancy can cause like serious health problems and, you know, death depending on how serious it is. So for a law to be enacted to tell you that you have to continue pregnancy in some states, no matter the call, like, well, you know, an exception, but I'm saying like if it's like normally, you know, conceived regularly, that you have to continue to have it. And you don't know in the 9 months potentially what can happen to you. Your own life is crazy. Like, and you should be able to have the right to do what you want.
For sure. And a lot of people don't even know that they're pregnant at that time.
Right.
Like 6 weeks. And a lot of people really, you know, that's when people are first finding out or they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
you starting to see something.
Yeah.
So it's like enacting that is crazy. And then there's already some states, mainly in the South now.
Mainly in the South.
Y'all Southern boys, man. It's like, no,
Southern man.
You can't even do it at all. 6 weeks or not. It's at 0 weeks. You gotta keep going. So it's like,
that's why it's important to, you know, pay both of the people locally. I mean, within your state, because now they have the power to change things more than they were. Because each state, there were certain things that each state could decide on themselves, but now it's like to a whole nother height that they have their own control over what they do, and that's just not.
States are very important when it comes to, you know, like mainly the government's not going to interfere unless it like debunks what the Constitution is saying, or what the, you know, laws that have been enacted. Then they'll step in. But usually the state, they do, you feel me, what the people vote, you know.
So you gotta
know what you doing and voting for,
but which leads into the hashtag Go Cultivate.
Hashtag Go Cultivate today.
For those who don't know, the hashtag Go Cultivate is just a little thing we want to leave people with before
we.
And that's that. We have 98 days left.
98
till the election.
98.
Okay. So make sure you vote.
It was just 4 years. It's only 98 now.
It's 98 days. So make sure you get your butt up and vote and register your friends, register your family members. Make it a party. Go get drinks after if you need to. Like, do whatever you got to do to make it fun. I don't know.
It's also screw a date. We going to go vote. I see that.
No fact.
Go vote.
So but no, I appreciate everybody for tuning in.
There's a great welcome back episode.
Yeah, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all we appreciate your opinions.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't need people to agree with what we say. We love the conversation. Bring us your thoughts. Let's get controversial.
That's exactly what we here
That's
for.
what we're here for.
Here to talk, man.
And so we just appreciate y'all. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see y'all next.
Yes.
No more. I'm gonna keep saying it. No more
Miss Tuesdays, man.
All right, y'all. We love y'all.
Have a good rest of y'all week.